you made me think the Knicks were gonna. You made me think they had a real chance this year.
They still do.
No, they don't. No, they don't. Okay, it's over. Right? They're down. They lost 2 games at home to the Pacers. They're down 0-2, and that's it. It's over.
Just got to win 2 in Indiana. You're right back in it.
I have a mind to come over there and slap that hat right off your damn face.
Well, it's a Yankee hat. You leave that alone.
No, I don't like what you did to me. You gave me hope. You gave me hope.
So sorry to give you hope. They're still going to win.
Rebellions are built on hope.
Not yours.
Now you can't leave.
Never-ending story. No? 5-0.
Oh, man. Pretty sure that's not it. Once upon the one which...
In the bar.
Yeah, the one with Chaz Palminteri.
Yeah, I know.
What's the name of it? He wrote it and directed it and everything. Does the one-man show. Nope, can't start the show until we know the name of the movie. Little Brooklyn.
Oh.
Nothing
little or Brooklyn.
Brooklyn Times. Brooklyn Schmooklyn. Is that it?
That's it.
That's it. It's got to be it.
Bronx Tale.
There you go. Oh, you cheated.
I didn't look.
You looked it up.
No, I didn't look. Look.
You looked it up.
There's nothing on there.
Oh, that's porn.
But it's not that.
The Bronx Tale porn.
A butt's tail.
Butt's Tale.
The Unchosen Ones.
I'm really pissed at you. I just don't... You really messed me up. And when we get to your sports segment, I'll let you know what I think of you. Okay? All right? You made my life worse.
Oh,
lately.
Good.
Can't wait. When we get to your sports segment, I'm going to let you have it.
Really know how to put someone in a good mood. Can we go first? I want to know how I did that.
No, we're going to wait. Okay? I'm going to make you wait. It's for your undressing.
What?
Different show.
Not again.
All right, let's talk about Superman. That'll put me in a good mood, okay? Because that was a very cool final trail. I hope that's the final trail. I don't want to see any more. It's too
I don't
much.
even know I don't know what a trailer is anymore, what a teaser is. Everything's...
There's something before a teaser. Teaser's the second level. Then before that, they have something else.
Tease a teaser.
Like a burner? Or is that
what
when
they call it?
I don't know. Is that when you're a drug dealer? A tickler.
No, that's something completely different.
I don't want to see any more. I've seen enough to be excited about it.
Yeah.
It looks really good. Still not crazy about the suit, but
that last still was pretty cool.
Last still was great. Yeah,
right.
Last still was very, very cool.
It doesn't look loose.
No, it's not that. That S is just not doing it for me.
Really?
Yeah, it's not doing it for me. The S is not doing it for me. But I'll get over it. As long as the movie's good.
Will you?
Yes.
When have you ever gotten over anything?
Fair enough. But if the movie is good and he's like Superman in it,
He looks really good.
I still am a little worried that he's getting beat up a little too much. Because he's like getting his ass kicked in the trailer.
I keep telling you but then the comeback makes it so much better.
Yeah,
when he turns it on,
what I'm thinking is that he hasn't been Superman for that long.
Maybe he's still holding back.
That's what I'm thinking.
He learns in the end to not hold back.
Him holding back is a big part of Superman,
right?
Because everyone always talks about how, Superman's not that powerful. He got beat by this guy and beat by this guy. Yeah, Superman's always holding back because he doesn't want to kill someone. And when he does let loose, it's because every time he turns evil, it's impossible to beat him because he's not holding back anymore.
Well, what happens when he doesn't hold back is necks start getting snapped.
Wait, we're going to get to your friend later in another segment. Yeah,
I can't wait.
So I think that maybe he is still working out on his restraint.
Yeah,
that's what I'm hoping for. Why he's getting beat up, and also this version of Ultraman. Is he a Superman clone? Is he something Lex built?
Why are they mad? Why are they covering him like that?
Right. Why is his face covered up? Is it just going to be David Cornsweat underneath
That'd be
there?
Interesting.
I mean,
someone said maybe it's
Henry Cavill.
Henry Cavill, which would be funny.
I mean, that would be the ultimate surprise of all time.
How would they keep that?
But that's not happening. There's no way that's happening. There's no way that he's going to come back and do that. I highly, highly doubt
maybe it's
it.
Dean Cain.
Now, that would be a surprise. His voice when he got serious with Lois.
When he yelled at her?
Well, no, not when No, when he got serious in the interview and he went, Ms. Lane, and the whole demeanor shifted.
Yeah. Well, they said that, he was in Juilliard.
Oh, yeah.
The only other Superman that was in Juilliard was
Christopher Reeve.
Right. So they said he changes his voice for Ken if you watch it.
Right.
The voice is different. The cadence is different.
Yeah.
His posture is different.
Well, that was a big Chris Reeve thing.
Right.
He used to slump when he was Clark Kent, and then he got up
if
straight.
you watch
when
it,
he was,
it's a completely different person he's playing.
Yeah, he's a good. You can tell he knows what he's doing. He's got the stature. He's got the voice. He's got everything going for him. All it has to be is a good story and really good action, and hopefully not too much nerfing.
But if all that leads up to him figuring it out and letting loose at the end, that's great.
Yeah, if the climax is really good. I've been told people like good climaxes. I've been told this is a thing people like. I don't know.
It's a myth.
And Nicholas Hoult, no one's talking about Nicholas Hoult's. You could hear a little bit of his Lex Luthor in this. I really liked what I heard.
Well, it's going to be a step up from the last Lex Luthor.
Well, no, I mean, that bar is so you could walk over that bar and not even know it. Right? That's like the smallest speed bump of all time to try to beat Eisenberg's Luthor. That's not a bar to cross. But I really liked he sounded like he was calm, but also very calculating. Yeah. That's the Luthor you want.
Right. Psychopath.
Yeah, it's psychopath, but not outwardly psychopathic.
Right.
Inwardly psychopathic.
Like a
more of a sociopath.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Lois looks perfect.
Yeah, she looks great.
Looks perfect, sounds perfect.
Right.
Everything. Yeah.
The last one I did not like. I didn't like when they casted it.
Amy Adams?
Yeah.
I didn't think Amy Adams was bad.
She's not Lois Lane.
She didn't. Yeah, Lane. I mean, it wasn't anything.
Look like Lois Lane.
She didn't really add a whole lot to the character. She was okay. She's a good actress.
Yeah, she's a good actress.
Yeah.
I just don't think she fit that role.
Yeah, I don't know. It didn't do anything for me. It didn't do anything bad. It didn't do anything great. Best Lois of all time, I think we've said this before, was Erica Durance in Smallville. She got to play the army brat.
Yeah.
And that's what I'm really hoping we get to see in this. I hope we get to see some of Lois's army brat background because she's not she can handle herself.
Yeah.
So I hope we get to see some of that. Oh, and then did you notice in the scene where he's walking, I don't know if he's walking towards a courtroom or a building or something like that, or was it the jail? I don't know if it's the Justice Gang's headquarters. Yeah. Someone throws a can at his head.
Oh, yeah.
Right. Did you see that they fixed it?
Yeah.
Remember, I told you I didn't like that, where he blinks when he gets hit with the can, and now he doesn't blink.
Right.
That's correct.
He still moves his head.
No, he doesn't move his head. His hair moves.
He doesn't nudge his head a little bit?
No, his hair moves. He doesn't move his head. No. See? Better. I was right.
That's good for you.
Yeah, that's right. See, those things matter. He shouldn't. Why would he flinch?
He should turn around and laser beam the guy.
that's Homelander. That's your buddy, your favorite director would do that one.
Then they were bitching that when the fire's coming, he puts his arm in.
That's another thing.
But even if rain hits you, do you not? It doesn't hurt you, but you still cover, or you still kind of flinch.
I guess an annoyance. Could fire just be an annoyance to him?
If a fly hits you, do you not swat at it?
I think it looked cool because the fire was going out on his forearms. I think it was just an artistic thing.
Yeah. Or maybe he doesn't know what it is at first, so he has to practice. Yeah, well, how does he know what it is?
Yeah, I don't know.
Just to be safe?
The movie sucks. It's no good now.
Ugh,
it's no good.
You're one of those people.
Maybe they'll fix that one too.
No, I hope not.
He just won't have arms in that scene.
I think he goes,
Woo! It's hot. That would be better. Did you see the commercial for the toys?
Yeah, look.
Oh, man.
Old school.
What a throwback to the 80s and 90s toy commercials.
They're just playing with the toys in the commercial.
I always had a bone to pick with those commercials, though.
Even when you were a kid?
Yes, I was upset with these commercials.
Okay, but that's weird, right? Just so we know, that's weird.
Do you know why?
As a kid.
Do you know why I was upset with those commercials, though?
Because you're a crazy person.
Okay, you get the toy home,
yeah.
right? And then you don't have all that background scenery that they have in the commercial.
Make it.
It's a whole set. You got all the Metropolis, you got a street going on, you got background buildings.
It's called imagination.
I know, but then when you get it home, you just have them on your couch and on your rug. It's anticlimactic.
You pretend the couch is a mountain.
I guess the commercials would have looked pretty shitty if it was just a kid playing with him on his couch.
They could have saved some money.
Yeah, they have all those elaborate sets and everything.
Well,
Then you get them home, you don't have any of that.
Trying to sell it.
Yeah, well, they did a good job because bought all those toys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are commercials not like that at all anymore? Like, was this the first?
Well, I don't really see.
I know.
I mean, when my daughter was younger, we would see all the toy commercials on Disney Junior.
Yeah.
And they were kind of reminiscent still of those commercials. They weren't exactly like that anymore, though. But I don't know because, don't watch that programming anymore.
Even like with the old like Nerf guns and stuff, they used to show them shooting at each other. Like, you probably can't do that anymore. I don't think that.
I don't know. They just kept making those Nerf guns bigger and more oranger and greener.
Semi-automatic.
Although they are way more devastating. It looks like now you could really like when they used to warn you could take an eye out with that. I think you could take an eye out with a Nerf gun now.
I think they sell a bump stock for the new Nerf thing now.
The firepower on those Nerf guns are quite impressive. But I love the where he punches the kaiju and like the slime comes out of his guts. Yeah. I was like, I might have to get that. I might have to get that one. That looked pretty cool.
You put like goo in its belly.
Now that better happen in the movie or false advertising. I don't think I'll be buying these toys though. No, I don't know. I don't know. I think I have enough. I think it's enough. Yeah.
Really?
I think I've
finally hit that bar.
I think I've maxed out. I just don't have anywhere to put them.
You're going to walk past it. And you're gonna,
I know. Maybe in the store, right?
How much is a toy like that now?
I would guess they're around at least $10 a toy.
That's it?
Yeah, it's not astronomically high.
How much were they?
The adult, those look like real kid toys.
Yeah.
The adult collector toys like the McFarlane toys, those are more like $20, $30 each, depending on.
I disagree with the term adult collector, but fine. Right, it's a nice way of saying it.
It's keeping the industry alive, man.
I know. It makes you feel better.
Keeps the industry alive. You got to.
I'm an adult collector.
Of what?
No. Tell the cops that, buddy.
So have you seen Rogue One since the end of Andor?
Yeah, I went back and watched it.
You went back and watched it? I definitely saw things a lot differently.
It's weird though too because everybody looks younger.
I know you can't do that.
Yeah.
Maybe you can do the opposite of the de-aging and put out a special edition Andor where everyone looks older. Yeah.
Although the guy who's always just in all white, the Empire guy, he looks somehow younger in Andor than he does in the movie to me. I don't know what he did.
Well, in the beginning of Andor, he looks young because all of that in the beginning of the beginning of Rogue One.
Yeah.
That scene happens before Andor ever starts. That's that's a flashback to when Jyn Erso was a child.
Oh,
so that's right. So that's when Andor was a kid too.
Right.
So he's supposed to look young there.
And that's still before Tokyo Jet.
Nobody knows.
Han drives in on a spaceship.
Nobody knows.
Nobody knows.
But yeah, there were a couple of major points. I think the biggest one that I saw very, very differently was the scene where Jyn was talking to Andor about how he didn't kill his father, but he was making excuses about it. And then Jyn said, like, "Oh, you're no better than a stormtrooper." And then, he said, like, what have you given? You just got into this now. That held a lot more weight. Because before Andor, when I heard that argument between them, I took her side. Now I take his side of the argument because, she just popped into it. He's been dealing with this bullshit for a long time. What do you know about it? Who are you to judge right now? Right. You just started. Right. You just woke up.
Right.
Right. So, and he didn't kill her dad. He has that ruthlessness in him and he had every reason to kill him, but he saw that I think the connection to Luthen is why he didn't pull the trigger, because he saw someone that was just doing everything they could to try to take the Empire down by putting in that weakness. And he's like, I think something connected between what Jin's father was doing and what Luthen was doing, just giving everything, knowing you'll never see the fruit of your labor.
Yeah. I don't know. How did they know that Luthen, like after she gives that speech, they kind of all of a sudden like figure everything out? and know where everybody is.
Yeah, well, Deidre had been on his tail for a long time trying to figure it out. She explains that something led, I can't remember exactly what it was, but somebody said or did something that led him.
But it wasn't the speech directly.
No, okay, the speech had nothing to do with them finding Lucid.
They do it right after, so you think like...
No, she was on his tail for a while, and somebody said something about an art collector being somewhere, and that led... It all started with that piece that she brought with him.
Yeah.
That's what started her track. So if they would have just took that with them in the first season there, then she wouldn't have had anything to go on.
Right.
But
and she got arrested because she overstepped.
That's your fascist organization for you.
Right.
No.
There's no loyalty.
No loyalty. No. Yeah.
Everyone's in it for themselves.
Exactly. Yeah. Everyone's in it for themselves. There's no leeway.
Yeah.
There's no second chances. Right. So you find yourself. She finds herself in that prison there at the end. And all because she was trying to please, her superiors.
Right. And it's funny, one of the mid-level guys says, something happens and he says, you waited for my day off to do this? You remember that too? It was just funny, like they show like the humanity of like, they have days off. Right. These guys have days off. It's my Saturday, man.
I was going to the Imperial Museum that day. I had tickets.
I'm not even supposed to be here today.
All right.
Like that goes right back to Clerks, like Imperial, what they talked about.
Imperial Clerks.
The normalcy of it.
That would have been great if he said, I wasn't even supposed to be here today. That would have been excellent if they would have threw that to Kevin Smith. That would have been, I guess it would have been too silly though.
Yeah, it would have been funny though. Not everyone would have gotten it.
His head would have exploded. Kevin Smith would have lost it if they did that. But that was, you're right. That was basically, I wasn't even supposed to be here.
It's just a very weird, like it stuck out to me. Like it's a very weird, mundane, like normal thing. Like,
right.
You know that Clea, this is her first major role out of school.
That's crazy.
It's all downhill from here.
She's amazing. Yeah, she's really good. She looks like a seasoned veteran.
Yeah.
Another part that was very different was the very, very beginning of Rogue One, where you meet Cassian and he just offs his own guy in the street there. But now you understand.
Right, because he's a hardened.
Yeah. But that was Cassian from the very first episode of Andor season 1. He's got a trigger finger, man. And if he sees things going sideways, he's going to rectify it. But now it's a little different because now he's doing it for a good reason, not just to keep himself safe. He's doing it to keep the rebellion safe. And now you're on his side. Yeah, he had to go.
Oh, yeah.
Right. But before you were like, ooh, that was a little harsh.
Yeah, she waited a little too long, in my opinion.
You would have offed him sooner.
Yeah, in the front. Don't wait till he turns around.
What are you waiting for? Shoot him in the face.
You know that finger on the head scene when he puts his finger? It's not in the script.
That's
her reacting to that weird stuff.
That's a crazy ad-lib. Because what is she thinking?
Right. And then to not break, to just go with it.
Yeah, because her reaction was amazing.
Right.
Yeah. Like, I guess that would be your reaction if someone just put their finger right on top of your head like that. Yeah, you'd be like...
Well, if a superior does that to you, though.
Right.
I mean, if some schmuck does it on the street, you turn around, you punch him in the face. But at that, in that situation...
No, that is an insane ad-lib. I think they've already made 1 billion memes of it. Yeah. Like, it's a perfect meme.
That's a creepy ad-lib, too. What's that guy's deal?
Yeah, right?
What's he doing?
Has he seen someone do that to somebody? Has he done that to someone?
I would check his background, maybe do a little research.
Mendelssohn's an awesome actor, right? He's one of the best out there. He plays an unbelievable bad guy. He's just
got
born,
that stature.
Yeah, he's great at the bad guy role.
Have you seen all this backlash on Ironheart?
How can you miss it? I mean,
the review bombing.
I watched the trailer and no, I didn't think it looked like the greatest thing ever. I also didn't think it looked like the worst possible Marvel show or superhero show that could ever be, because in order for this kind of reaction, it would have to be worse than Madam Web, which actually has less dislikes than this thing does now.
What do you think?
You know what? Let's not go for the obvious. Okay, let's give everyone the benefit of the doubt, even though they don't do that. Yeah, even though they give that to no one. But let's not give it. Let's not say the obvious of why. But let's really take a deep dive and figure out what would cause this visceral reaction on this trailer. 462,000 dislikes against 206,000 likes. Right. It's not at Acolyte level yet. Acolyte has 534,000 dislikes.
The production on this looks way better than Acolyte already.
The champion is The Little Mermaid with 375,000 likes and 2 million dislikes. Now I wonder what that one was about.
Wait, so is there a pattern in those in these three things? Is there two patterns?
And that movie was a good movie too. It really was a very good rendition of The Little Mermaid. It was very good.
If you're a grown man leaving a comment about The Little Mermaid, there's a lot of things wrong with that.
2 million dislikes, and I guarantee you it was from 90% of people that didn't see the movie.
Is it bot farm, some of it? Or is it even
I don't know. I mean, people do use those.
Separate people?
I don't know. That's highly ridiculous because she has the voice of a freaking angel.
It's a mermaid.
Yeah, it's a fictional cartoon mermaid brought to life. But, can't be some certain something.
We all know what color mermaids are.
Yeah. So you go and you read the comments, right?
Well, no one's going to put the truth, though.
Well, a common theme is that the trigger I see in all these people is that they don't like when she's called a genius. They don't like that.
Why is that?
They don't like. They think she's being called a genius too much, or it's something that they're using as a crutch. I guess that they're.
If a child builds a robot suit that flies and has powers, she's not a genius?
They're all saying that it's like an Iron Man ripoff. But I don't get it, though, because this is a character in the comics that I thought was pretty well liked.
It's a character in the comic.
Yeah, I don't know. Everyone, you know what a big problem is now? A lot of people that claim they want things comic accurate, they really don't even know what's going on in the comics to begin with.
Is Red Hulk a ripoff of Green Hulk? Did you see any of that?
It's a derivative, yeah.
So, everything's a derivative of something.
Right. Besides the obvious.
Let's go to the obvious. How about we just go to the obvious, which is what it is? How could you escape what the obvious is?
Yeah, it's hard. It's hard not to. It's hard not to. When it's this kind of reaction, it's hard not to.
You got to do mental gymnastics to try to explain it any other way.
Yeah, whatever. Let's see how good it is. Maybe it'll suck. I don't know.
It looks decent at best.
I don't know. We'll see. This wasn't something I'm like majorly looking forward to, but I had the same reaction with Loki. I wasn't really looking forward to a Loki show that much when that came. I was like, okay, before Loki started, Loki was just, the bad guy in the first Avengers, and had a couple of good scenes in some other movies. Yeah. But after Loki's now one of my favorite characters ever because of what that show is able to do with the character. So the Who Asks for This crowd, they don't ever give anything a chance. They don't ever get to be surprised by anything.
So you don't like it. It's not your cup of tea. Why do you have to review bomb it before it comes out?
Yeah, when there are things that I'm not looking forward to, or when I know I'm not going to like something, first of all, I probably don't even watch the trailer. I don't even look for it.
Watch it and you move on with your life.
Like I think there's a new Lord of the Rings thing coming up at the end of the year or the end of next year. Right. And I'll watch the trailer out of curiosity, but if it looks like more of the same, a ring that has, I don't even understand what power it has, a wizard that has a, flashlight for a staff. Yeah, if it's more of that, I'm not going to I have to.
It's not going to make you angry?
No, I guess that these people think that they should like it, but for some reason don't, and they're mad about that. Like what? Like I want to you're making me not like this.
Like I would just go to spend times with things you do like.
I don't know. It's depressing though.
Sad.
It's sad.
They're sad.
It's a sad. It's a
the
sad
people
state.
Are sad.
Yeah, it's a sad state. All I think about is like the people that work on this stuff. You know how hard people work on these things. Art. Yeah, it's really hard to make these things. Right. And there's a large amount of people that work on this shit, and to just absolutely try to ruin it
off a trailer.
Off a trailer before it even has one episode out. It's just I think it's pathetic.
It is.
I think it's a really pathetic behavior.
They're pathetic people.
Yeah. It's a Marvel show, so I'm going to watch it because I want to know that part of I don't ever want to miss a part of the story because it's all interconnected.
You at least give it a shot.
Yeah, always. I always want to see what's going on. I don't want to be out of the loop in the story because I very much love the entire connected universe that they've created. Yeah. And we've already seen her in Black Panther. And
she's a pretty cool character. I thought
I didn't have any problems with her in that movie at all. So yeah, I want to see where this goes. I mean, they got the guy from Hamilton in it. He's a very good actor. I've seen him in some other things. He's excellent. So we'll see. I'm not very familiar with that villain, the Hood. I think he's called the Hood. He's also from the comics. So I don't know. I don't understand why people got to be so fucking nasty. They're so nasty.
Because they don't have anything going on.
I guess. Yeah, maybe.
But there's all kinds of problems going on.
It's a sad and pathetic state. Yeah. Really, it is. Let's move on to something more upbeat.
The Middle East.
or the unbelievable show that Seth Rogen put together, The Studio, which just, I think, did the last one just come out last week?
Last week was
last week.
Yeah.
And I caught up on them all. Yeah. I don't even know, like, good writing, it's so unique and so incredible.
The way it's shot, too.
Yeah, the artistry in this thing is just from top to bottom, next level.
It's like old Hollywood with new Hollywood. Like it's shot old school kind of, but with new stuff.
Well, even like the title cards were shot in old Hollywood style. He's going for that. Right.
And the one shot thing, I love one shot.
Yeah, and he uses a lot of them in this. But it's, I thought of like, what is this show? I think it's the love child of Entourage and the movie Birdman. I think if those two things, you know.
I don't know. I haven't had that talk yet.
If those two pieces of art got together and got busy, it would spit out the Studio.
And Curb Your Enthusiasm a little bit too.
I can see some of that in there.
The way it all comes together.
Yeah, right. The way it all comes together at the end, right. Just the performances. Zoe Kravitz. Wow. Wow. That's just like, I look at her totally different now.
I didn't know she had that.
Yeah, I didn't know that she had that in her either. I didn't know she could do comedy like that and be like, so self-deprecating and really not taking herself seriously. There's even a part in one of the last episodes where someone brings up Entourage. I think it was someone brings up Entourage to Seth Rogen, and he gets very serious. He goes, Entourage was a very good show, and we all, he was then, I think, talking like he wasn't the character in the show anymore. He was Seth Rogen. Listen, I'm not copying them. This is something different. I think they did that on purpose too. That was a really good scene.
I don't think it's a copy of it. I mean,
no, it's not. No, it's its
own thing.
Entourage broke ground in that, making fun of Hollywood, kind of motif.
We're taking you behind the scenes.
Yeah, taking behind the scenes, and boy, man, if you are someone who likes to laugh at the left and laugh at Hollywood, this is a Beethoven symphony to making fun of the left and Hollywood, because they do it perfectly. It's hilarious. They do it in a way where they show the truth of it, but they also show the part where we don't want to offend anyone because we don't want to offend anyone, but we also don't want to offend anyone because we care about our jobs.
They show the absurdity of it, but also the importance of some of it too.
Yes, right.
That some of it is needed.
Yes, they do a good job with the balance. Ice Cube, another great star in that. Excellent. The whole Kool-Aid Man thing. Like, that was incredible. That scene with where they have the chalkboard, they have the board up with it goes from them thinking it's going to be racist to them making it way more racist.
They should have just left it how it was.
That was incredible.
How much money does that show have to cost?
It looks like an expensive show.
Just with the cast alone.
Yeah, it looks like an expensive show.
I mean, Cranston.
Yeah, that's another one. Cranston.
How great is he in that?
Cranston was Walter White. He does not have to do roles like that. He just doesn't care, man. He does not care. He'll do anything for great television or great movies. He'll put himself in any position. The Weekend at Bernie's thing. Yeah. Oh my God, he is shameless, Cranston.
The lobster at the table.
Oh my God,
a lobster.
Hilarious. It's one of the funniest shows and most original shows I've seen in quite a while.
That's the show. Like I I want to put that on. Like even before Andor, if I have both to watch, I put that on first.
It was really well done. And if this has to be nominated at the Golden Globes.
Oh, yeah.
So it's going to be a very meta thing when this gets nominated for the Golden Globes. And if somebody wins from it, they're going to have to thank
Sal Saperstein.
Yes, Sal Saperstein. That guy has to be
He's got to go, yeah.
This will be the first year I watch the Golden Globes. I never watched the Golden Globes, but I am watching this year just to see if that goes down at the Golden Globes with the studio. He's got to be in the audience.
And you know that stuff with thanking that's a real thing. Like they worry about the studio heads. They write it into contracts.
Well, there's a lot of people pissed at Seth Rogen.
He's giving away
because he's giving away state secrets in this about what goes on in Hollywood. Yeah.
They said Ted Sarandon, he really does write that in the contract.
Well, he said it in the show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's smart.
Why would you give that away? I mean, I guess he doesn't care.
Yeah, well, what does he give it? I mean, he's a billionaire.
He care, right? Billionaire, right?
Does he care?
Yeah, that's when you have that much money.
I mean,
don't care.
That's FU money.
Right.
That's FU money.
So now every time you hear someone thank him, you're going to be like,
why.
You know why, right? So well done. And then, the genius of Apple TV too, when it was over, when the last episode ended, it gave me exactly 0.2 seconds before it threw on another Seth Rogen show with his co-star from Neighbors.
Oh, right.
And it's called Platonic. What is it called?
Something like that.
Platonics or something like that. And it's good as well. Yeah. Now I'm like into that.
Is Apple just putting on good stuff to put on good stuff? Because they're not making money.
No,
are they not getting credit for that?
I think it has to do with brand awareness. They want to. It elevates their brand to have these shows win awards. It looks good for them.
They're sparing no expense.
We don't know. We're not on the inside. We're not their accountants. We don't know how it brings revenue in other ways.
Yeah.
We have no idea. But I hope they keep doing it. I hope they don't pull the plug on it.
They really seem committed to quality stuff.
Yeah, it's high quality. Right. It's very high quality stuff that's on there. And every time I just let a new show come on, I'm like, wow, this is good too. Yeah.
Sometimes I'll shut it off right away because I don't want it.
Yeah, right.
I have no time.
Yeah, because I got to get
I don't want to do
it.
Is he getting the respect it deserves, this show?
I think it's still under the radar. Yeah. So if you have not seen this show, The Studio, you like really good meta comedies and things about the inner workings of Hollywood, and if you liked Entourage, you have to watch this.
It's a quick, easy watch.
Yeah, it's really well done. The writing is just top notch.
The Hollywood Buffet episode.
Oh my God!
I mean, I was almost pacing myself.
It's laugh out loud through the entire show. We can't say enough good things about
Dave Franco was amazing.
Dave Franco. That's another thing that I wondered about that behind the scenes because he's on the outs with James Franco now, isn't he?
How did that go down?
So how did he get his brother in there without him being weird?
Did Dave have to ask James if it was okay?
I wonder how that all. I would like to see an episode about how that works.
Because I could tell you how it would work if Seth asked me and he wasn't talking to you. It would be just do it. No, it'd be a quick yes.
Yeah, I know.
Hey, do you want a yes?
So maybe how the Francos have the same dynamic we do.
I bet you. Yeah, I bet you say yes.
Yeah, no, I'm not going down with the ship. I'm Dave Franco.
That's your problem.
I'm doing anything I can do, and this is a good show, and I'm in it.
Right.
Yeah.
I don't think he would say no to him.
No,
James would probably say, "Go ahead, do it."
I think we know them very well.
Yeah. I mean, I get it. I get the gist.
I think we can say we know how two Jewish brothers work.
It's funny, the agent too, the Jewish agent. He's making jokes and he doesn't.
Oh, he's great. He's in Supergirl.
Right. That's
yeah. David Farquhar. No, that's not it. David
Feinstein?
Farenstino. No.
Fletcher.
No.
Feinberg.
No. It's with an F though, right? We're on the
I don't even think so.
Krumholtz.
Right, Krumholtz.
It's right here. Samsonite. I was way off.
Way off.
Once again.
And how about my buddy's cameo?
Oh my God. When I saw that, I was like, you must have lost your mind.
Yeah.
You know what he did though, kind of? He kind of be-rabbited us.
Yeah, he's got a sense of humor about
it. He took away all our material. Now we can't even make fun of him anymore.
He's probably watching the show and he saw what I was saying and he took it to heart, and good for him. I changed him. That's weird.
You just sounded like Nick from New Girl more than at any time in your life.
I've been working on my body, doing my burpees, and it shows.
So not a heavy comic time today.
Thank God.
Comic time light. Okay, diet comic time.
Now with less calories. All
right, so I got 3 books. One is from the Free Comic Book Day the DC All-In special edition, but this is the foil. Remember foil books?
They're doing that again.
Yeah, they've been doing it for a while now. Yeah, the foil is, has been getting a little better. I've noticed lately on these books. Still not, I think, as good as the '90s, but I think DC does a pretty good foil. You can see the colors really well in this. It's not like it doesn't fade out when the light hits it.
Why did the foil take a step down?
Because they're using cheaper processing. Yeah. They're just doing it cheaper. And they started doing it where the foil was like you could only see the colors if you looked at it at the exact right angle. It didn't have the depth that the old chromium covers did in the 90s. But I think lately they're doing a better job. They're getting a little better. So yeah, got that one. And this one I definitely paid I definitely paid for this one.
Are you sure?
Yeah. Came in the mail, so I couldn't have stolen it. Then I got another summer special, Superman summer special with John Jang Lobo. And how cool is that cover? That's a badass cover.
Do you know that Jason Momoa is dating the Castor Andean's girlfriend in Andor?
Oh, Bix?
Yep.
He's dating Bix?
Yeah.
Oh, man. Lucky bastard. They're saying that some people are saying she should be Wonder Woman. The new Wonder Woman. I can see that.
Sure.
Yeah. I can see that. Oh, I didn't know he was dating her. Oh, yeah, here we go with your Us Weekly.
Also, I didn't realize that Hawkgirl is the girl in The Last of Us.
Oh, right. Yes.
It's Hawkgirl.
Yeah, yeah.
She's very tiny for Hawkgirl.
Yeah. Little small stature. Yeah.
I don't know how that's going to look.
Well, maybe she could wear like lifts.
Hawk lifts.
Or just always be flying. It's okay. I have no preconceived notions of what Hawkgirl needs to be.
Your Hawkgirls don't need to be white?
No, Hawkgirl can be anything that works for the movie. And then I found on eBay. This is an eBay
exclusive.
No, it's not an exclusive. This is an eBay find. That I was doing one of my searches just randomly, and I'm always looking for one of these in a newsstand. See, it doesn't say anything down here. That means it was a newsie. It's a newsie variant.
Is that the real term?
Nah, maybe. But it doesn't say direct edition anymore, which means it was sold on the rack, which are rare because a lot of them get thrown away or they get really damaged. This one's not in the best condition, but it's very difficult to find these. And this is a Cable and Deadpool number 2. Remember, the significance of this is a test.
Sure. You tell everybody.
No, you need to tell everyone why this is significant because we've already been over this. So
is that the one that has the letter in it from Ryan Reynolds?
There's no letter from Ryan Reynolds in any book. You're confusing Todd McFarlane's letter. Seth MacFarlane, what are you going to say?
Seth MacFarlane's
no,
letter.
There's no Seth MacFarlane.
Sure, there's not a letter in there.
There's
from
no
anybody?
letter in here. No. No. Tell everyone why this is important.
I mean, it's not.
Then we need a book report.
Oh, okay. I didn't do those in school. I'm not doing them now.
I'm going to give you homework. Come on, think about it. Why is it important? Gun to your head.
Shoot me.
This is the one where they actually mention Ryan Reynolds in the comic.
That's what I said.
No, it's not what you said.
Ryan Reynolds.
This was the gateway book for Ryan Reynolds becoming Deadpool.
Partial credit?
No partial credit. No, zero. Zero credit. Because I don't like your attitude. Really, is what I don't like.
Do you know anything about that Dr. Doom book that was in the picture Robert Downey
that
posted?
He was holding up? Yeah. So according to Key Collector, that one's it's only from 2024. I don't have that book. But it is interesting in the key facts that they have on here. It says that Doom goes on a quest to harness more power than any human has ever wielded before in order to try to stop Galactus from bringing about the death of the universe. So that's interesting because we're about to get Galactus. So
are the Fantastic Four coming to this Earth to get help?
That's what I would put together here, right? This is kind of a, Thanos is coming,
right.
But instead of it being Bruce Banner, it's the Fantastic Four,
right.
Saying Galactus is coming, and he knows about this universe and he's on his way, and so maybe Doom has to kind of somehow be a savior in some way, and once he gets rid of Galactus, now you have a Doom problem.
Or is he just like the good guy? He couldn't do the cooking. They're going to hate that.
In the beginning,
Right.
though, he's a means to an end.
Right.
Maybe they need Doom to get rid of Galactus. But then once Galactus is gone...
But where do they get Doom from? Is he from that Earth?
Well, that's what I'm saying, why he should be from that Fantastic Four universe. Because he knows about Galactus and the danger of it. And maybe that's why he has to come over there and try to help.
So he's in the ship, you think?
I don't know. Maybe
I'm thinking Fantastic Four in the ship, coming to get help.
Maybe he is stowing away on the ship.
That's... I don't love that.
Just hanging on with his metal glove.
I don't love it.
Or maybe he comes over in some other way. We don't know. This is complete. This is complete fan theory.
Because they're saying those last scenes that you're seeing in Fantastic Four when they're about to leave, and they're all that's them coming in that ship.
Oh, right.
When they leave, that's them. So maybe they're going to get help, and everyone knows they're going to get help.
Yeah, but it's interesting that in this book, and he was holding that one.
Yeah.
That this book is about something with Galactus. And how we're just about to get Galactus. Right. And I mean, I don't think they're just going to leave Galactus there and then that's it.
Be right back. BRB. Hey, guys.
I mean, once he's done eating all the planets in that universe, he's still going to be hungry.
Right. Maybe he destroys that planet and then they go get him.
Maybe the Fantastic Four leaving that universe actually keys Galactus into, oh, crap. There are other, maybe they tip him off.
They open up a gateway.
Yeah, maybe they show him that there's other universes and kind of cause the problem.
Everyone's stowing away on that ship.
Well, no, maybe the Fantastic Four are the reason why Galactus is trying to go to a different universe.
But he already says in one of the clips that he's the reason that Galactus is there in the first place.
Well,
he already...
Yeah, but within his universe, though.
You're going to do that twice?
He makes the same...
He's supposed to be a smart guy. What are you doing, dude? That's the dumbest Reed Richards.
Mr. Fantastic just making bad call after bad call.
Mr. Fantastically dumb.
But we'll see. So maybe Doom is a means to an end, and then they have to deal with Doom.
Yeah. Or is that just he's taking from that comic book as far as the mentality of the Doom character?
It could be something as small as there's an accessory on his costume in that comic that they're taking from. It could be nothing.
It could be throwing you off. Completely.
Yeah, or it could just be messing with us, right? It could be completely messing with us by holding that book up. That book is trending upwards now.
Sure. Surprised you didn't buy one.
Nah, I'm trying not to do that anymore.
What?
Just like buy things that are hot for a little while and then they just fall off the face of the earth. It's just enough. Just have so much. I want to put more of my funds into some older stuff now. Things that I've always wanted and are pretty pricey. And for every $10, $20, $30 you spend, it takes away from money that you could put towards an expensive book.
An Action Comics #1.
Wow, yeah, that's not happening.
You save up.
Start saving up now?
Yeah.
I think I'm a little late.
You get a little penny jar, a little piggy bank.
I think if I started when I was 6, I still wouldn't have enough. No, but like first appearance of Loki, I want that one a lot. Really bad.
How much is that?
That you can get, I'm aiming for a 5.0 on that, and I'm aiming for around $2,000. I'm looking to try to get a 5.0 for $2,000.
Jesus Christ.
Oh, my wife doesn't watch this.
She doesn't.
Yeah, she doesn't.
We know that. Don't worry. In fact, if you're going to say it somewhere, say it here. She won't.
No one will find out. This is the safest place.
Nobody we know.
I'm not sure if I can even get it for that price, but I'm looking to try to get a 5.0. I'm looking to try to get it around that 2K area. It's an investment.
You don't sell any of it.
Well, but still an investment.
It's not an investment if you hold on to it.
Well, you could leave it to someone else. Not you, though. Not you.
Why not?
Nah, I got better people. You're like your 4th round draft pick.
If I outlast everybody, then it's me. Accidents happen.
This is going to be used as evidence. If something happened, bad happens.
Again, no one sees this. It'll be fine.
Who Killed JFK is in this show, and no one will find out.
You guys watching this podcast? So the NFL's thinking about going.
No. We're not doing that because this is where I'm going to let you have it. Okay, all right? Yeah.
I forgot about that.
You made me think the Knicks were gonna. You made me think they had a real chance this year.
They still do.
No, they don't. No, they don't. Okay, it's over. Right? They're down. They lost 2 games at home to the Pacers. They're down 0-2, and that's it. It's over.
Just got to win 2 in Indiana. You're right back in it.
I have a mind to come over there and slap that hat right off your damn face.
Well, it's a Yankee hat. You leave that alone.
No, I don't like what you did to me. You gave me hope. You gave me hope.
So sorry to give you hope. They're still going to win.
Rebellions are built on hope.
Not yours. Thank God. It's not led to you.
I really am upset with you for doing that to me because I had no, I didn't have any expectations coming into this. And then I thought, oh, maybe he's right. Maybe this is different. Not different. Same shit.
This is different.
Especially after that first game. What was that? I have never seen a ball bounce up that high in the air and then come right through I've never in my life seen that happen.
I've seen it in a couple movies.
Stop being glib.
What are
I
you
don't like
do?
this.
Man,
you owe me an apology. You owe me an apology.
Oh, yeah. You put it on the list of things I owe you. I'm going to do it to you next year, too.
No, I'm... I might have overreacted.
Just a bit.
It's just this team. Other franchises in basketball collect championships. The Knicks collect devastating, memory-burning losses. That's what we get. Just that game 1 against the Pacers is going to be played every year. They're going to show that.
What about what they did to Boston in 2 games?
Okay, but that was in the third quarter. It wasn't 14 points in under 3 minutes left. 14 points. It's a historic loss. Like it hasn't happened in over 1,000 games, they said.
Well, they were due.
Really, just bite me.
Listen, you're right back in. I'm putting money on the Knicks still.
Listen, by the time this episode airs, it'll be over. They'll be out.
Well, they'll be this sweep rest of the way. 4 in a row.
Okay.
2 in Indiana, back home. Close it out in Indiana.
Language.
So anyway, NFL news. They're thinking about having a draft lottery instead of just doing the records.
Oh, like same way NBA does it?
Yeah, try to get rid of anybody trying to tank a season.
Yeah. I'm on 2 sides of that. Like I like that the NBA does the draft, the lottery so that no one tanks, but at the same time it seems like the worst teams never get the first pick.
You know, a lot of times the lower percentage teams somehow end up getting
it seems like there's always some phenomenal thing that happens.
But do you want to what's the word?
Sabato Gigante.
Doesn't work for you.
Yes, it does.
Do you want to reward teams for doing poorly? Or for like a front office not?
No, you don't. But I think you need to tweak how those lottery balls work or something like that. Because it's just too often that a team that was like just on the outskirts of the lottery or has the lowest chance ends up with the number 1 pick.
But I mean, it's the top 10 worst teams. I mean, it's not like you're giving a good team a pick.
No, I think the lottery is probably a better overall system than just straight up worst record.
Because there are organizations that are just bad every year because they just don't care about the team. You're going to keep giving them picks like the Browns?
No, I would go with lottery overall. I think it probably would be good for the NFL to do it.
Maybe some kind of hybrid system.
Maybe you just do it amongst like the 5 worst teams, and only so no one can jump from like 13 to 1. You know, so you just have the 5 worst teams, and then the rest of it goes in order of record.
Yeah, you could do that.
So you limit it. So the worst thing that happens is that the number 5 seed gets the number 1 pick.
Yeah.
That way you still prevent people from tanking.
Well, but you still want to tank to get into that bottom 5.
Okay, well, there's going to be a line somewhere.
Yeah,
yeah, but at least you won't be tanking, so drastically just to get that number 1 pick.
Yeah,
kind of like what some teams have done the last couple of years.
You're still rewarding poor franchises.
You need to give them a leg up somewhere.
But not if they're not doing well because they just don't want to spend money. There's organizations like that too.
So you're talking about teams that don't use all their cap space.
Right. They're just pocketing some of the money.
Yeah.
Which that's going on, I'm sure.
I think there's a minimum, though. You have to spend a certain amount.
Yeah. You just have to spend all of it.
So there you go. Maybe the requirement to get into the lottery is that you have spent the amount. Yeah. See, we're figuring it out again. We're so good.
Why don't they just let us fix everything?
Let us fix everything, right? So how you solve that is that you take the 5 worst teams who the 5 worst records, but also teams that have spent the max amount of money in the cap. So say the number 5 worst team didn't spend all their cap, they get jumped.
Not eligible.
They're not eligible, right? So you go to the next team with the worst record that has spent all the money.
Right. There you go.
I mean, that's it.
We're missing something huge.
Probably. Most likely we're missing something huge.
Because we're not that smart.
Nah.
We gotta be.
I think we figured it out. I think that's
fine.
it. I think that's all there is to it.
You gotta use all of it.
Yeah, you gotta use all of it and have a
to
bad
be
record.
eligible.
Right.
Yeah.
There you go.
That's it. Why is it so hard to do things
Why
right?
is everyone thinking so hard?
I've been saying that for years.
I think that's actually come home to roost.
Yeah.
I don't think people are thinking hard anymore. Yeah.
Have you seen the Madden movie? This coming out? I didn't even know this was a thing.
Well, yeah, me. I heard nothing about it until I saw that picture you posted.
Right.
I had no idea until you posted that picture. And I was like, first of all, I mean, your eyes go to Nick Cage. Right. It took me, I had to read it to realize that that's Christian Bale.
No, you wouldn't know unless someone told you.
Wow.
He's a crazy person.
He's a crazy person. Right. He's doing that method thing again. Yeah. He's going into machinist mode.
He aged himself to 90 to do this.
Yeah, so he's going to be Al Davis.
Yeah.
And Cage looks disturbingly good as John Madden. I wonder if it's going to be like John Madden, but with Nick Cage's voice.
I don't know that Nick Cage can do another voice.
I don't know. Has he ever really done another voice?
He was in that Long Legs movie, that creepy movie. I don't know if you've seen that.
I haven't seen
He's
that.
like a creepy serial killer guy, which he does a real weird character. It's a different voice, but it's it's way out there.
Yeah, but I wonder if he's going to try to do a Madden impression or just kind of do his own voice, but with like a little skewed.
I don't imagine it being good.
You don't think it's going to be good?
I don't know.
I think it could be good. I bet you Madden has, with the video game, he's got an interesting life.
No, I think the story's good. I don't know that Nick Cage is going to be good as John
it's
Madden.
Nick Cage. It'll be excellent. Come on. It's a spectacle. Nick Cage is Are you saying that Nick Cage is not a good actor? Is that what you're saying right now?
Is he in the class of a Christian Bale?
For different reasons, I think so, yeah.
For different reasons?
Yeah, he has an Oscar. You're acting like he doesn't have hardware.
I know, it's amazing.
What do you mean? He was amazing in Leaving Las Vegas.
He was great early, but like the later time, he's kind of like a spectacle of himself.
Yeah, but he knows that. That's why he did that movie where he makes fun of himself. Right. He knows that. But when he has to turn it on, he can turn it on.
He's never done like somebody else, I don't think. Has he ever been in a movie where he's played somebody else?
Has he ever done a biopic or anything like that? I'm not sure. And you say, you talk about Christian Bale, but Christian Bale's Batman voice was horrendous. Horrendous.
Yeah. Did anyone think that at the time?
Yes.
Really?
Yes, we did. People were making fun of it at the time, especially in Dark Knight.
Right, it was bad in Dark Knight.
Yeah. Well, no, it got really bad in Dark Knight Rises. It got progressively worse each one. Right. But that doesn't stop him from being a phenomenal actor.
No. Yeah.
Right. That's just a bad choice he made.
Right. Yeah.
Right.
Well, just like Lex Luthor. With,
with Jesse Eisenberg. Right, same
choice.
thing. That was a bad choice.
He's a good actor.
Right. And excellent actor.
Right.
Excellent. But I could see Nick Cage acting the shit out of this.
Sure.
Yeah. I think he's going to take it very seriously.
Oh, I think he takes everything very seriously.
I don't think he takes everything very seriously. I think some roles he does, it's meant to not be taken seriously. Yeah. But I think he's really going to try to pull this off.
Who's playing Pat Summerall?
Oh, is that really important to you?
That's that's who I'm looking for.
Somebody will be playing Pat Summerall.
Morgan Freeman as Pat Summerall.
I'll take Morgan Freeman as Pat Summerall.
Morgan Freeman can play anybody.
That's right. So how about this? Pete Rose is now eligible to get into the Hall of Fame because he's dead.
Well, better late than never. That's what I always say.
I think that's a really insulting rule. Like, just keep him out forever. Like his family now. Like, oh, now we can go in.
Who cares now?
That's right. I think it's a little like rubbing salt in the wound. Like it's like a ha-ha kind of thing.
Well, it's like an honorary. Like,
yeah, but
sorry.
I don't know. Yeah, it's kind of shitty.
Our bad.
Yeah, well, not our bad. I think it's more like, because he even said, the commissioner said, like, this is the deterrent. Like, you will be banned for life, literally for life. And then when you're dead, then you'll be eligible again.
And that's kind of cool now.
I mean, that is a deterrent.
That's badass.
But I would say, like, just be out forever if you're going to be out for your life. Like, why would you?
It's insulting.
It's a little, yeah. I don't know how the family feels about it. Like, are they going to go to the ceremony if they put him in now?
Probably.
Yeah, I don't think I wouldn't if I was a family member. I was like, screw you. I'd be like, screw you.
a little bit.
No.
You insulted him a little bit. You got a little out of order yourself.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I don't think I don't think he should be in.
No, me either. He betted on baseball.
That's a bad one when you bet on, and don't give me this bullshit that you only always bet on your own team. How do you know that?
Even if you did, it's still,
it's bad. It's really
You've got to
bad.
deter that. You have to deter that.
Once you're ineligible for that kind of, and with the steroid thing, that's a little bit different argument because they were literally were not illegal at one point. Like there wasn't like a rule where they were illegal. They were just like, there were like certain ones were illegal, but like there were certain ones that were not. So
during the Sosa McGuire thing, were they illegal?
It's like it's sketchy.
Well,
there were certain because he wasn't taking. There was some like there weren't anabolic steroids.
Yeah,
like he was doing like androstenedione.
Semantics.
Well, but it wasn't the letter of the law. So there were certain ones that he was taking that weren't really outlawed.
I mean, just because it was evolving so quickly, they couldn't catch up.
Well,
it's still steroids.
Yeah, but you got to go by the rules.
Yeah, but can't you be a little grown up about it at some point and say like,
no, and screw you.
So you heard about this 2-bag thing, and it's not what you think it is. 2 bags, 1 cup.
I didn't have anything dirty in my mind.
So they want to put 2 bags at first now, side by side.
Oh, like in Little League?
Yeah, so the runner one's for the runner, one's for the first baseman.
Don't they have it in college too?
I don't think so.
I think
Who
they do.
watches college baseball?
No, I think they do have it in college.
Do they?
Yeah.
It's a good idea. I mean, a lot of guys get hurt.
I don't see the reason to not do it.
Right.
Yeah, what would be the reason against it?
It doesn't change anything.
No, it just prevents injury, right?
I mean, it prevents you from rolling someone's ankle.
Right, because you put the runner's bag on the outside of the line,
right?
Of the fair line, right? You'd be on the outside, and then the fielder's bag would be where it normally is,
right?
Where it always is. That wouldn't change.
No, you're running the same line, same distance,
right?
I mean, maybe there's more space. Does that make it easier?
Well, I don't think it changes anything except the fact that you wouldn't get injured.
Because usually the first baseman just puts his foot up against the bag so he can stretch out far enough. The bag's open.
No, it wouldn't change that at all because the bag is...
They're on the side of the bag and it's elevated.
That bag is still situated in the exact same place. Right. You're just extending it beyond for the runner to hit it.
Right.
So the fielder wouldn't have an advantage.
No, and the runner doesn't have a disadvantage.
No.
I don't know why you wouldn't do it.
Another one figured out. Why is there even a debate?
Do you do that at third too?
No. Why would you do it at third?
I don't know.
No, there's no one.
Let's put 2 bases everywhere. Let's 3D chess this thing. Let's put 4.
See, now you just killed our credibility. We had everything all worked out, and then you mentioned third base like an idiot.
Make one a landmine. Let's really have some fun.
Extreme baseball.
Rock and Jock's crazy now.
The Reds are bringing up their 6th DH of the inning.
It's been a tough night. Guys like slowly running to the base. I don't want to.
Squid Games baseball. Everyone would watch Squid Games baseball.
Oh, I mean, are you kidding me?
That's patent pending.
They're already doing that in North Korea. They just call it baseball.
I need to find a way to stop thinking everything's like the end of the world.
Shit. We've been telling you that for years.
Everything. I think everything is so important.
Why?
I don't
You're
know.
gonna-
Well, I'm gonna get. I know.
I don't mean to be cryptic,
know.
but you're gonna, and life's gonna go on, and no one's gonna care. You know what I mean? Like things are gonna happen. Someone tell you that what happens when you die? Life goes on. That's what happens.
No one cares really.
Right. No one's gonna care.
No one cares.
That's the second best answer to that question.
No one
First
cares.
one's Keanu Reeves is the best answer.
Oh yeah, his was really good.
Yeah.
He's so evolved. He's so ridiculously evolved.
The ones that love you will miss you.
That was pretty good. Not a bad Keanu Reeves impersonation. Right, that was.
And everyone's like, did that just come out of his language?
No, I guarantee you, he's not human. He's not a
just
human
on
being.
a different level. He's Hawaiian.
No, I think he was either put here by another species to see how we react to someone like him,
He's just a different dude.
or maybe he's Jesus. Maybe that's
How great
Jesus.
would that be? That's Jesus.
Maybe Keanu Reeves is Jesus coming back, and no one knows. He's not going to say it. If Jesus came back, would he say it, or would he test everyone?
He's not testing everyone.
Yeah, he's
What's
testing.
the test? If you like his movies?
Jesus is John Wick.
That's cool.
Right? John Wick is Jesus.
That would explain how he got through that movie untouched. Are you still rolling?
Yeah.
Oh, we can use that stuff.
Can use some of it. Yeah.
I was thinking maybe if we had like an end credit scene for every show.
T.U.O in the rear.
I mean,
Rear endings.
rear. S language.
Two on the nose. Two on the nose.
T.U.O. That's my.